Okay, so continuing on with our series of checking out a bunch of units to see if they are good under the trio, since they give so much support to every unit around them. But we're trying out INT Majin Vegeta. Now, I reset the event like a couple of times. Obviously don't want to use up all my limited attempts for the day. Love limited attempt events. Couldn't get Majin Vegeta on turn 1, so we just have to start with him on turn 2. Now, the thing about him that will be interesting is, obviously, he's on All Out Struggle, so he is on their team. And he gets his intro buff because, obviously, the trio is a unit whose name includes Trunks. So he's going to have decent damage reduction. And then with all the defense that the trio is going to provide, like, maybe he actually will be good at tanking. We'll see. We did get the double trio turn 1 as well, which is not really ideal, but especially because it means we probably just kill him in the first turn here, which is why I don't really want the showcase unit to not be on turn 1, because if we end up one-turning the first phase, we get less turns, we actually get to see what the showcase unit can do. But unfortunately, with limited attempts, that's what you get. So, should have brought Tech Majin Vegeta. Oof. I mean, I can't wait for the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta and INT Super Saiyan 2 Goku, the ones that transform. Like, their Easy A's will be really good. I was so disappointed that they didn't get them during Golden Week. But makes you wonder what they're saving them for, because we probably won't get another Buu Saga themed celebration for a while.
Trunks, I haven't hugged
But yeah, there's the intro animation for INT Majin Vegeta.
Let's embrace.
Come on, Dad. You're embarrassing me.
Take care, my son.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got God Goku. The orb changing will help Majin Vegeta, as well as the over in a flash link. But yeah, no news on part 2 yet. I don't know when we would. I mean, maybe at the weekend, because I think part 2 won't start until like the week after next, if we go by the timings from like last year. It's a shame there's so many orbs, but alright, so if we do this, it's like I don't want all of them, but I just kind of have to get all of them. So do that. Yeah, I was gonna say we want 6 orbs for Majin Vegeta, which is all fine. Let's get those ones. So he's got what? 329k. We do raise attack and defense on our super attack, and then we have 60% damage reduction overall. We get 50% when performing a super. So we get what? And about another 150k when performing a super, 450. The defense raise on super, so it goes up to about 550, which is not crazy. But then obviously with 60% damage reduction as well, which kind of helps to balance that out a little bit. Alright, well, let's see what happens. I was going to say, imagine after all of that, they just super attack God Goku slot 1 and he doesn't dodge. Yeah, Nimu has again. Yeah, the celebration does feel like it's dragging a little bit. Like, we got the battlefield reset today, and that's it. And there hasn't been anything since Broly's EZA came out on, like, was it Tuesday? 4.2, let's go. That damage, though. Obviously, Majin Vegeta doesn't really get, even back when he released, like, good attack stats, unless he's, you're below a certain HP threshold. I mean, he tanked all the normals for double digits against type disadvantage, the physical blue duo here, so I mean, we'll take that, I guess. mean, I think in Broly's EZA, like I said before, I think his EZA is being underrated a little bit. But it's because he's restricted. Like, if you're using him in an event against the Goku, he can look really good. If you go into, like, Cell Max, where he doesn't get any of his passive active, then he's not going to look very good. And then he just becomes full-on RNG, like, hope you get additional supers, because you're not getting any from his passive. I mean, even on his best turn against, like, Cell Max, he could do 2 supers. Or is it 3? Because does he have he has 1 just in his passive. Yeah, he has 1 in his passive just normally. So he could do 3. But then that's it. But that's the problem, is they've been on a real, like, solid streak with, like, really good EZAs, like, recently. There's been the odd 1 or 2 that haven't been as good. But, like, there's been a good string of, like, good EZAs, which is what makes Broly feel worse, right? Because it feels like he's not on the level of some of the EZAs that we've had recently. He should have been, basically, people were expecting, which is fair. I know we talk about sometimes people have unrealistic expectations, but based on his, like, base kit, like, we were hoping he was going to be the extreme Tech Gohan, basically. Just, like, gets loads of supers every turn, crazy stacking, gets, like, high defense really quickly. Because that's the thing, he doesn't have guard like Gohan, but he has all the damage reduction. And so it's one of those things, like, against the right enemy, like, he can be good, right, against the Goku. But unfortunately, he's oh god, I have to rely on the dodge for Goku here. It's awkward. 13.5. It'll be interesting to see what damage Godku would take if he doesn't dodge. Like, if it's a super, he would die, obviously. But I suppose Gogeta can start being attack lowered now. That's the thing, I don't mind Broly having a restriction against, like, a Goku specifically, but that should just make him even better, right? And then, like, without the restriction, like, he should still be really good. Okay, so still taking double-digit damage. Not bad. He didn't get supered yet. Oh, God. Can Godku come in clutch for us here? Well, we still got the double super, even though we didn't get the orbs. I mean, we got the extra the orbs for the dodge chance, we just didn't get the guard, so... God. Okay, good. Nice. Nice. Yes. Bro with the full dodge clip, you love to see it. But no, it's very unlikely. Like, they've done things where they've corrected EZAs after release, well, not after release, before release, because the community had such massive negative feedback. But now that the EZA is actually out in the game, it's like 99.999% the case that they won't change it. I mean, there's no way we don't kill him on this turn, so I might as well throw this out so that you're buffed. I need to double check what Majin Vegeta's active skill condition is, but I think it's HP related, which means we probably are not going to see it. That's the crazy thing with this team. We've tried out a few characters now that get supported by the trio that definitely have better performance now, but because of how strong this team is, we just never get to, like, the HP requirements for specific active skills, because, like, we just won't ever lose HP, essentially. So I need to double check what the Majin Vegeta one actually is. But... yeah, like AGL Bardock, once he transforms, he can be okay. But okay, well, we have it, so let's have a look. What is it? Oh, so when he receives 6 attacks. That's alright then. You do sacrifice a bunch of HP. I might save it for the next time. So we've got 295 start of turn. It's annoying that these guys don't get as much key. They get extra key from type orbs. So... do that. It gives them even more of a buff. See, I mean, the thing is, like, on this rotation, I'm not really worried about Vegeta anyway, because he's got type advantage. So, it's just so funny to see, like, all of these older units. Like, they could get caught with a super or something, which obviously, we, you know, I was going to say we can't now, because he's supered already, but this guy can super twice. Some of these units can get caught by supers, but like we're seeing a lot of these units now that we've been testing out thanks to the ridiculous amount of support that the trio give. Like, a lot of these units are just tanking normals for double-digit damage, which most of the time, that's good enough, right? Unless you just get unlucky and get bad RNG, and like the one unit on the rotation that you don't want to take a super is the one that gets supered. But that applies to a bunch of units in the game, even like newer banner or support units, right? So the fact that some of these older units are being elevated to the point where you can actually run them on the team. I mean, Majin Vegeta, like 5.6 mil, that's not good, right? But, and the thing is, he kind of isn't really doing anything else for the team. It's not like he's got like a super good link set for the trio. He's not doing crazy damage. I mean, his tanking, after a double super turn, he would have tanked pretty nicely then, but... yeah, it's certainly an interesting one. We'll use the active skill on the next turn, because the next rotation will absolutely finish off the tech Gogeta here. So, and then the funny thing is, I think the next rotation that he's on will have the physical Gogeta, right? So he's going to end up getting protected by the target ability as well. This team's just crazy. Like, it's got so many good units on it that can help the team in general. I'm starting to wonder now, like, I did that tier list the other day, and I put Beast at number 1 because of the... well, there's a couple of reasons. It's not solely because of that, but I think the tipping point might be the target ability. But, like, I'm still in two minds about how I feel about it, because the main thing is, right, the target ability protects everyone on the rotation completely. So, like, if we get to STR Blue Gogeta, right, in the next phase, if we didn't have the Gogeta target ability coming up, which we do, but if we didn't have that, then on this turn, like, if he supered Majin Vegeta, then Majin Vegeta would probably die, right? Maybe, depends. I mean, 60% damage reduction is pretty good, but Majin Vegeta would probably die. So all the support from the trio, because it's just raw defense, it doesn't necessarily make that big of a difference, like, right then. Whereas Beast's active skill with the target ability makes it so that Majin Vegeta can't get supered. So that's, like, the big difference. If I put you in slot 1, will you get the STR orbs? No. Alright, well, let's get the final explosion in here.
I know how to be rid of you now. For good.
I hope he does get a good EZA and break the Saiyan Day curse, because I really liked this unit when he first came out. I'd love for him to be not just usable, but actually really good again. That'd be awesome. But obviously, he's an all-out struggle character as well, so keeping him on rotation with the trio, they always have their passive active. I mean, I'm kind of tempted to not use the target ability with Gogeta, just so we can maybe see in Majin Vegeta take a super attack. Because he's got, what, 443k. He gets 50% on super from his passive, and we get the super attack effects. Or is it, yeah, 50% on super. I mean... would he get blasted by a super attack still? I mean, he has 60% damage reduction, but this Gogeta does hit really hard. Okay, we do get the 6 orbs as well. Good. I was going to say, we actually need to get the 60% damage reduction. Alright, let's see.
Time to get
I won't hit the nodes for these guys, because if they get a bunch of additional attacks, they could actually just wipe out Gogeta here. Because that's the thing with this SDR Gogeta, he can do a lot of damage in this last phase, but he doesn't do, he doesn't have a lot of HP. So... yeah, if Movie Bosses had a unit that basically had all the trio support as their passive, like, that team would be insane. Think about, like, Cell Max, and then, like, the double Broly rotation, like the new Tech Broly and AGL Broly, with a unit on the team that is giving as much defensive support as the physical trio, and that would be ridiculous. But also awesome. Alright, so Majin Vegeta, oh, of course, he supered them. Damn, they should tank that. Will they take double digits? They actually might not, but... although it's post-super. No, 175. That's my one as well, who's only 55%. That's still pretty good. Remember, he does raise attack on super as well, so let's see if Majin Vegeta still tanks the normals. 384k. Yeah, see, that's the problem right there, is that once the enemies start hitting, because Gogeta's normal attacks do like over 1 million damage. So... 60% damage reduction is not enough, unfortunately. But there you go. Now, obviously, if we wanted to just win, we could have just done the Gogeta active skill, but I wanted to see Majin Vegeta actually take some damage. So, it does show that, like, I think these units would be almost... I think the trio would be undoubtedly #1 if they were making it so that even in that situation, Majin Vegeta was taking double digits, because then it would literally just be... only supers can kill weak units because of how ridiculous their defense is. But I mean, bear in mind, like 300 to 400k from a normal, Gogeta's attacks post super do well over 1 million damage. And considering how old Majin Vegeta is, like, it's not terrible, but obviously not crazy. So no, Majin Vegeta probably not saved by the trio, but decent performance up until that point in terms of defense. I mean, that, you know, when your unit's got 60% damage reduction, they're going to be able to tank normals a decent amount of the time. But yeah, hopefully he gets a good easy A at some point. Always been a fan of the unit, but I guess we'll see. So let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that's going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.